Hello, my name is Tarmack, and let me show you The Bug Butcher. It's a game done by a group called Awfully Nice Studios, released January 19th, 2016 on Steam for $7.99 US. It's a 2D side view shooter with an arcade influence to it. There was an old game called Super Pang that you play this guy, you're shooting a spear on a string up in the air trying to pop balloons. And every time you pop a balloon, it splits off into another side balloon. So you got to kill those smaller balloons, or pop the smaller balloons rather, and so on and so on. This game's very similar in a lot of ways, except you're popping bugs instead. So the goal of every level in this title is to obviously survive, but also you have to kill all the bugs, and you have to keep your little scientist buddy there who's working away on a little console. You got to keep him alive too. So there are bugs that are going to come out that crawl along the ceiling, and they look a lot like the barnacle out of Half-Life. They'll try and take a bite out of his face. You got to make sure you protect him. You got to kill all the other bugs and collect some power-ups and some coins along the way. So let's see what this looks like. So we start off, we've got ourselves some nice green, gross, oozing sort of bugs. Now you'll note that the game has a Pong physics kind of thing to it. They're just straight bouncing off walls, no big deal. We have one here that's going to split a whole bunch of times because he's nice and fat. Now, as we're playing, I'm picking up the gold coins that I was talking about. Those are how you upgrade your character later on. And I'll show you at the end of this match how that stuff works. In the bottom right, we have a power-up that increases as I kill bugs. So it's got a charge bar. I'm just going to show you what it looks like when I use this. This is a whole bunch of rockets. So we'll just launch that there. Okay, so there on the bottom right, we've got our charge bar going, and as we're killing things, of course, it's filling up. So keep an eye on that. And there we've got our roof bugs that I was talking about as well. You gotta make sure you get rid of those. They're sneaky little buggers. A couple more roof bugs over there. And now, our charged ability is an invincibility with a faster shooting speed, which tends to work fairly well. Oh no! There we go. And that is what a level is like in The Bug Butcher. They're generally very quick. You don't need a huge time investment to play the game. You can sit down, play, you know, bang out a couple of levels in 5 or 10 minutes and really not have a huge problem. So let's go take a look at the upgrade system. Just gonna go back here. All right, so we've got our little dude. And in this case, I've got 6,100 gold right now, and I've picked these up, you know, as we go with the levels. You get about 200 per match, so I've done a fair number of matches so far. And we've got our different weapons that you can upgrade. Now, you start off with your basic machine gun, which is what your attack is all the time, and then you've also got power-ups that you pick up off the ground. So there's a laser beam, rocket launcher, Gatling gun, those sorts of things. Then you've got your charged ability, which is the one off on the right-hand side that charges as you're killing the bugs. And there are a number of different variants of that, so you can upgrade each of those. And then you've also got your suit upgrades, so run speed, an extra hit that doesn't cause you to lose life or anything along those lines. That sort of stuff. Combo meter extended. So that is how the upgrade system works. Let's hop back into another game so I can talk about the controls a little bit. And the graphical aesthetic, which I must say, I quite enjoy it. So, I like cartoony graphics. And the reason I like cartoony graphics is that they tend to stand up longer than realistic graphics. They're good to go back. You can go back and you can play a stylized game 5 years, 10 years after the fact, and it'll still look okay. It may not look as amazing as you may have once thought it did, but it still looks okay. Whereas photorealism gets old really bloody quick. So, your controls, In this particular case, I'm using the Steam controller. You can also play it on mouse and keyboard, or other controllers as well, but I find the Steam controller integrates really, really well. It works really nice. Your left thumbstick moves you back and forth. You've also got the right bumper on the top that lets you kind of scoot back and forth as well. And then your A button is going to shoot, and the X button uses up your charged ability down in the bottom right, activates it. Now you can only shoot up. That's the point of the game. Oh, there we got ourselves a little temporary power-up. So you're only shooting up, that's it. You can't shoot side to side or anything along those lines, although some of your power-ups do have a little bit more of an AoE kind of effect to them. Now, as far as the sound goes, I find that the music is potentially forgettable. We're dealing with basic pump-up electronica kind of stuff. It's really not, I don't know. It doesn't amaze me. But the sound effects and some of the aesthetic that goes along with that are actually quite visceral, which works really nice for a game like this. You've got those gross bug sounds. You've got the screen shake that goes on along with the weapons, the crazy weapon shooting sounds and whatnot. It's very satisfying to play, satisfying to kill these stupid, fat, nasty, gross bugs and save our little useless scientist friend. Are we on our final wave? Nope, not our final wave yet. As far as a business model goes, it's only $8. We're not talking a huge cost. It's also not a game that would do very well on iOS. I'm sure some people would try and say otherwise, but come on. It's a Twitch sort of game. What are you going to do? Cover up half the screen with your thumb? I don't think so. For $8, you could do a heck of a lot worse than the Bug Butcher. Now, in addition to the basic levels, you've also got some boss battles and different level mechanics. There are a couple of different levels where you'll run into parts of the level that can kill you, so it's not just the bugs. There are a couple of bugs that are insta-kills for you, which you got to be really careful about. The only part that bugs me, to abuse a pun, is that the level design is fairly limited in variety. You're going to see a lot of the same levels over and over and over again, and the variety comes in what bug waves are being sent at you, which is a little bit unfortunate. I would have liked to see a bit more variety in there. They've got the action, they've got the excitement. Give me some more. Give me more art to see. Give me more levels to play in, more unique mechanics. It's something that I think that they could have done that maybe they didn't really get themselves into as much as they should have. So, other than that, it has full controller support, as I mentioned. You can play on the keyboard. It's also got local co-op. So the different modes that you've got, your arcade mode, which has your basic missions, and then your panic modes, which are sort of like horde modes. The local co-op, I tried to get it working with controllers. Now, and I don't know if this is the developer's fault or if this is Valve's fault. I don't want to blame either one, but I just want to mention it, bring it up for you. I tried to get it working with a Steam controller and a DualShock 4. Those are the two controllers that I've got. And it didn't work. I wasn't able to make it function. You can certainly do it on the keyboard if you really want to be sitting side by side with somebody at the keyboard trying to play the same game. This is the kind of game that would be an awful lot more fun using the Steam Link, sitting at the, your TV with a couple of controllers side by side on the couch and just beating the hell out of a bunch of bugs for a while. I should talk about performance and options. Performance is grand because, of course, it's a very simple game. And the options are essentially non-existent. So we've got our sound. You can simply turn off the music or the sound effects, and you can adjust the volume. And you can rebind the keys on the keyboard. That's it. That's all. Not a lot of impressive stuff. It actually took me a couple of times trying to get this recorded because some of the different recording softwares that I use just simply didn't even recognize it. It was really bad. Anyways, that's all I've got for you. As far as a conclusion goes, I think this game's worth it. It's $8. You're going to have a bit of fun. You're going to smash a bunch of bugs. And it's a good time. It's something that, again, you can sit on the couch and just waste away 10 or 15 minutes without any difficulty. Just have a blast. My name is Tarmack. This is The Bug Butcher, done by Awfully Nice Studios. Release date, again, was January 19th, 2016. $8 on Steam. Maybe go take a look at it. It's also got a demo. Cheers. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.